Morning, guys. Sorry, my Zoom is acting a bit weird today. I don't know why. It's a bit weird, right? This thing just keeps delaying and lagging and whatnot. I don't know why. Okay. I hope it's normal now. I hope you can hear me. I hope it doesn't get disconnected. It's a bit weird. Right. Okay. So anyway, morning, guys. This is our March week 4. Okay. Sorry about last week. It was a doctor's appointment. Yeah, pretty short, right? Uh, oh, guys, by the way, last week's video, I have Mandarin versions one, if you want lah, if you want. But luckily, it's not something too important, right? Not as important as today. Oh, right, guys, hang on, let me erase this. We are going something really important today. Okay, which is our human digestive system. Oh, this is a very big subchapter. Very, very, I would say technical, a lot of things to memorize here. One of the hardest part in Form 2. Okay, one of the hardest part in Form 2. So, should I wait for others to come? No, not really, right? Okay, anyway. Okay, guys, shall we begin? Shall we begin? 3.3, human digestive system. Okay, by the way, let me... Okay, that's weird. Where is everyone else? I posted the details, right? Okay, yes, I do. All right. Anyway, let's begin, shall we? Let's begin, shall we? Okay. So, what is human digestion? Okay. By the way, what is digestion? What is digestion? When you change something from complex to simple, that is digestion. Okay. As you can see here, food digestion is the process of breaking down food that is complex and large into molecules that are small, simple, and soluble, so that they can be absorbed by the cells of the body. Right, when you break something down from complex to simple, this is your digestion. Okay, 消化, when you break something down from complex to simple, that is your digestion. Okay, so think of it like breaking down Lego. If you have a big completed Lego set, you break them down pieces by pieces until you get that one simple piece. Many simple pieces. That is what we call digestion. And guys, this process, why do we do digestion? You might say, sir, why are we breaking down food? So that we can absorb them. Okay, 消化了再吸收啊. We digest, then we absorb. Okay, that's the main thing. All right, because anything too big cannot be absorbed. Only when something is really simple, we can absorb them. Okay, simple. All right, so speaking of digestion, you have two types of digestion. You have physical digestion and you have chemical digestion. All right, so, okay, this is very easy, guys. This is very easy. Let's say you kill someone today. Okay, let's say you killed someone today and you want to destroy the body so that you don't leave behind evidence. You want to destroy the body. So that's right, that's one method. Okay, so you can break the body down physically and you can break the body down chemically. Okay, so what's the difference? If you want to destroy a body physically, you put it through a meat grinder. You know the machine you use to make hot dog? Okay, you know meat grinder? You know it's a meat grinder? You grind the body into small pieces. There, this one. Meat grinder. So this is physically, lor. You chop the body into many tiny million pieces. That's your meat grinder. That's physically. All right. And what about chemically? Okay, say now you break this body into tiny pieces of meat already. You want to break it down some more. What do? You put it into acid and dissolve it. All right, so the same thing, we do the same thing for our food. We break it down physically and then we break it down chemically, right? To fully break it down. So to really chop it small. That's our digestion system. Okay. Okay, guys, I have a question. Where do we do this? Where do we do physical digestion? Anyone? Very good. That's our mouth. Okay, that's our mouth. And we do it with our teeth. Okay. We chop the food down. Yes, exactly. We chop it down with our teeth. Like that. So that's a physical digestion. All right. So this is really simple. It only happens in the teeth. It only happens in the mouth. Okay. So what about chemical digestion, guys? Pay attention here. Pay attention here. This is very important. When we do chemical digestion, we use a secret weapon in our body. We call it. Okay, it's not acid. It's not acid. We call it enzyme. Okay, guys, please highlight this. This is the main word we use in our digestion. You know what is enzyme? You know what is an enzyme? Have you heard of enzyme before? Okay, this is the thing we use for digestion. This is the chemical we use. We call it enzyme. All right, very important. In BM is enzyme. Same thing. Okay, this is called enzyme. All right, so guys, before we move on, please write this down. We have 3 types of enzyme. No, it's not 胃酸, it's 消化酶. 胃酸 is acid. 这个叫消化酶. So this is your enzyme. Okay, so guys, enzyme, we have 3 types. We have 3 types. Okay, please write this down. We have 3 types of enzyme. Okay, we have 3 types of enzyme. The first one, I call it enzyme number 1. Okay, enzyme number 1. This guy is called amylase. Okay, in BM is amylase. Same thing. Okay, amylase, write it down. The first is amylase. And then the second is called protease. Okay, actually this is pronounced as protease lah, but protease lah, whatever lah. My students all call it protease, so I call it protease lah. BM same spelling, and then number 3 is called lipase. Okay, lipase. So we have 3 here. Okay, amylase, protease, and lipase. Lipase. Okay, whatever. All right, so guys, let me ask you. We have 7 classes of food, right? Remember, we have 7 classes of food. There are 4 that doesn't need digestion, and there are 3 we need digestion. What are the 4? Which 4 classes we don't need to digest? We can absorb them straight or not absorb them. What is it? Liquid. There's no liquid there. What is it? What class is it called? What's the liquid class? Guys, the 7 classes, remember? The 7 classes, remember? What are the 4 that we don't need to digest? Don't need digest one. Don't need digest one. The one you mentioned you need to digest. What are the 4 we need to digest? We don't need to digest. What is it, guys? What is it, guys? Okay, first one is water. You don't need to digest water. Water cannot digest. Water is really very simple. How can you digest water? Okay, what's next? What's next? What doesn't need to be digested? Okay, yes, good. Vitamin. You don't need to digest vitamin. They can straight away be absorbed. And since vitamin is here, for sure we have. Yes, fiber, good. Fiber. And of course, it goes together with vitamin. That is your mineral. Okay, these 4, you don't need to digest. You can absorb them straight. So what are the remaining 3? What are the remaining 3 we need to digest? Yes, fat. Please write it here. Fat. Good. Protein. And carbohydrate. All right, so can you see it fits here? It fits here. You have 3 things you need to digest, right? You have 3 things you need to digest, right? So you have 3 enzymes. Three things to digest, three enzymes. It fits together. All right, so amylase will digest carbohydrate. Protease will digest protein. I see, very easy to remember. Protease, protein. Protease, protein. Protease, protein. Why you want to consume lipase? Why? To digest away body fat? They sell it lah. They sell it lah, but your body fat is already absorbed one, cannot digest already one. What works is in your digestive tract only. Okay, so lipase is for fat. Lipase is for fat. Okay, how do I remember this? How do I remember this, guys? Very easy. Very easy. You know lipas? Katsada, cockroach. I just remember a fat lipas. Yes, fat lipas. As for amylase, I just remember a girl called Amy. She's eating a bowl of rice. Amy is eating a bowl of rice. So Amy carbohydrate. Okay, simple simple protein, proteins this one no need this one you see proteins you know already. Okay, so three enzymes I shall call them number one, number two, number three from now on. Right? Because later this thing will keep repeating. Right? You'll see many times amylase, you'll see many times protein, see many times lipase. I will just call them number one, number two, number three. Okay, so this is what you need to know. This is what you need to know. Okay, let's go to our digestive tract. This is the pathway of food. That means food will go through these parts. Okay, so where does digestion begin? Everything starts with your mouth. Because you put your food here, where else, right? Okay, so this is your mouth. Following here, this part is called your esophagus. Okay, esophagus. BM is called esophagus. All right, this part is called your 食道. The tract where your food goes down. Okay, your esophagus here. And then next is your stomach. Guys, stomach is not here. Stomach is here. Okay, below your chest. This is your way. Your stomach. You know gastric? There. This is your stomach. So stomach is not here. This is what kids say. Kids, we believe that stomach is here. This is not the stomach. This is the abdomen. Alright, so stomach is here. Okay, there's the stomach. And then next, you have your duodenum. Okay, duodenum. What the hell is a duodenum? Guys, duodenum is the beginning of the small intestine. Beginning of the small intestine. So if your duodenum is, if your small intestine is down here, okay, which it is, right? So the beginning of the small intestine is called duodenum. In Mandarin, this is called 十二指肠. 十二指肠. Why is it called 十二? I don't know. Okay, so duodenum. So this is your duodenum. And then you have your small intestine, you have your large intestine, okay, small, large. And then you have your rectum. Rectum is where you store your shit. Every morning, this thing will be full, and then you go shit lor. And then, of course, your anus. Anus is your butthole lah. How to expand it? Expand what? Expand what? Rectum drink water lah. Drink water lah. One of the ways lah. That's why after you drink water, you feel like shitting lor. Because your rectum feels full. Okay, guys? Cool? Permanently I know what you're thinking, Wei Heng. Please don't go there. To put more capacity you can. There's no way to explain it. There's no way to explain it unless you are homosexual. Right? That's one of the way. Yeah, I digress. Okay. Anyway, you guys okay? You guys okay so far? Nathan, are you okay? And Kawi, are you okay? Okay, cool. So far so good, So far so good, Guys, open your brain, because I'm about to put all these things in. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, let's talk about our mouth. Okay, everything starts with the mouth, right? Everything starts with the mouth. Okay, what happens in your mouth? You chew your food, all right, using your teeth. So this is your physical digestion. That's one thing. And that's one thing. And now your mouth produces something called saliva. Okay, guys, saliva is a type of enzyme because inside your saliva there is number one. Okay, we call it salivary amylase, right? Remember Amy? Remember Amy? It means number one. All right, so salivary amylase. Why do we add a salivary here? Because this thing belongs to the saliva, ma. So salivary amylase. So, okay, so that's number one. Okay, so what will it do? What will it do? Okay, remember what Amy is eating just now? Amy is eating rice, right? So what does it break down? So your amylase will break down starch into maltose. Okay, starch, yes, carbohydrate, starch into maltose. Remember starch? You have this thing in your rice, you have starch in your rice, so they will break down starch into maltose. Okay, starch into maltose. You might say, sir, what is maltose? Maltose is a type of sugar. Maltose is a type of sugar, right? Before they become glucose. You might say, oh, sir, I know glucose, but I don't know maltose. Maltose is the complicated glucose. Okay, you think of it like this, maltose is like this, glucose is like this. Can you see breakdown already? Can you see it chop already? This one haven't chopped. So haven't chopped one is maltose. But this is simple lah. This is simpler than starch lah. All right, you might say, sir, since this is sugar, right? Is it sweet? Yes, it is sweet. This thing is sweet. Starch is not sweet. So I want you to try something tonight. I want to try something tonight. Okay, before you have your dish, right? You know, every night you eat rice, right? Before you eat anything else, put a bite of rice. Simon is glucose. Why? Okay, put a bite of rice into your mouth. Okay, the rice should be tasteless, right? Because it's starch. Now you start chewing it. Megan, please don't. Okay, now you start chewing it. Now you start chewing it. Okay, you chew and chew and chew. You chew for 30 seconds. Okay, you chew for 30 seconds. You chew. Hey, why you remove message? Okay, you chew and chew and chew and chew. After the okay, you don't chew your rice for 30 seconds normally, right? But please do it tonight. You chew it for 30 seconds. As you start to chew more, you start to feel, why is my rice a bit sweet now? Because of the maltose, right? Because of the maltose. I mean, it's not very sweet lah. It's a little bit sweet because maltose is not very sweet. It's a sugar, yes, but it's not very sweet, but it's slightly sweet. Okay, maybe you're too young to make jokes like that. Please wait till you're at least 16. At least it's legal, right? Mm. It's jailbait. Right. Anyway, so that's your mouth. So that's your mouth. There's only one thing here, which is number one. Yeah, I wonder where she is. I wonder where she is. She just had her 14th birthday, so she's at least a bit older to make this joke. Okay. Anyway, so let's move on. Let's move on. Okay. Next, we go to our esophagus. When you swallow your food, that's your esophagus. Okay, guys, there's no digestion here. There's no digestion here. But when you swallow your food, the food is known as a ball. Okay, the food is known as a ball. The ball is called bolus. Okay, the ball is called bolus. See? The ball is called bolus. All right, so what happens here? Okay, what happens here? There's no digestion here. But when you swallow your food, remember what is this? Remember what is this? You pushing down your food. I mentioned this before. I did this before, right? I did this before, right? Now, what is this thing called? This is not digestion. This is what we call peristalsis. Peristalsis, 肠胃蠕动. You pushing your foot down. Hey, guys, you feel this before, right? You swallow water, you can feel this thing moving, right? When you swallow water, you can feel the thing moving. Or when you swallow Panadol, you can feel the Panadol goes, right? Because Panadol is very big, man. You can feel the Panadol moving downward. That's the peristalsis law, right? So that's the peristalsis. So this is not digestion, guys. This is not digestion. Peristalsis is just pushing your food along. Okay, peristalsis is pushing your food along. Okay, cool. No digestion here. So far so good. So far still very easy. Because we haven't come to the main part yet. Okay, come. Next, moving on. Let's go to our stomach. Okay, so now in our stomach, our stomach now will produce two things. Two things. Two things. What are the two things? Number one, it's this guy, which is protease. You see, protease is number Two. First time exam is after riot? Yeah, should be lah. If I'm not mistaken, it's 20th of May-ish. Okay, I heard from most of my students it's 20th May lah. Should be right. Should be right. I don't know about your school lah, but according to most teachers, it's 20th of May. Your exam is 20th May ah. Oh, it's in May lah. Okay, okay. Mine also my birthday is August oh. Every time August also exam one. Okay, welcome to my life. Okay, anyway, so proteins are number this is number two okay, and then one more. There's one more thing here, which is hydrochloric acid. You see this guy? You see this guy? Kai this is your 胃酸. Wei Suan is this guy. All right, so guys, hydrochloric acid, this guy is freaking strong. Hydrochloric acid is freaking strong. Do you know how strong are they? Do you know how strong is this guy? Do you know how strong is this guy? Your hydrochloric acid can dissolve a piece of aluminium. That means if you eat aluminium foil, you know the 铝箔纸, if you eat aluminium foil, your stomach has no problem digesting it. That means if you eat grilled fish, the 鱿鱼, if you eat grilled fish without peeling away the aluminium foil, you can just eat away straight and your body can digest away the aluminium, no problem. You can even swallow tin can. The aluminium soft drink can, you can swallow it. This thing will digest it away. Yeah, you can try it. Okay, so guys, this is your hydrochloric acid. This is why, okay, you might say, sir, since we have such a strong acid in our stomach, right? Why is our stomach still okay? Have you ever asked yourself this question? Since this is so damn strong, why is our stomach still normal? Why is our stomach still normal? Yes, you have a layer of your stomach lining, right? You have a layer of inner skin in your stomach. That's very good. Okay, so this skin will get dissolved away every day. This skin will get dissolved away every day. So what? So how? Never mind. They will grow a new layer. Every day they will grow one new layer. So they will eat it away, grow a new layer, eat away, grow a new layer, eat away. So your stomach is fine. Okay. So if you produce too much acid, okay, certain people some people they produce too much acid, and the skin cannot grow in time. So when the acid eats away the skin and starts eating away more, that's how you get gastric. Gastric pain, right, is when your stomach cannot grow the skin fast enough. You know gastric pain, right? You know gastric pain, right? So that's what your hydrochloric acid causes. Okay, so guys, your hydrochloric acid, you must say, why do we need such a strong thing? Why do we need such a strong thing? Because it has two functions. Okay, your hydrochloric acid has two functions. Number one is to activate the protease. Guys, your protease is sleeping. Your protease is sleeping. Number two is sleeping. This fella will wake this fella up. Yo, dude, we need to work. Hey, we need to work. To wake this fella up. And number two, this is more important. This is more important, which is to kill bacteria. To kill bacteria. Guys, have you ever dropped food on the ground and you say, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna eat it anyway? Because that's what I do. Right? I drop my food on the ground and my point of view is, my thinking is, I paid for it, I'm gonna eat it, I don't care. Right? I'm still fine. Right? I'm still fine. Why am I still fine? Because my acid killed the bacteria for me. So just eat it. You drop your food on the ground, who cares? Eat it. Don't waste food. Okay, guys, you go to hell when you waste food. So eat it, you'll be fine. Right? Or sometimes you go to those dirty mama or dirty restaurant, you see rats going around and then you eat it, you eat their food, you're like, I'm okay, no problem also. Because your hydrochloric acid works. It kills the bacteria. This is one of the first line of defense. Okay, your body has 3 lines of defense. We'll learn in the next chapter. So this is one of it. Okay, so you kill bacteria. All right, so what about number two? What about number two? Okay, what does it do? Okay, this guy will digest protein, right? So what does it do? It will digest your protein into polypeptide. Okay, protein into polypeptide. You might say, sir, what the hell is this? What the hell is this? Okay, polypeptide is a small protein. Okay, polypeptide is a small protein. Simpler protein, small protein. Sir, why is it smaller, but why is the name longer? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, this is smaller. This is smaller. Imagine this is big Lego. This is smaller Lego. Smaller Lego. So that's your polypeptide. Okay, of course, not same function. This is smaller lah. This is smaller. This is now we need because we need to absorb protein, right? Of course, we need to break it smaller. So we make it smaller, lor. Okay, what's with the face? What are you thinking? Okay. Anyway, guys, so far so good, eh? So far so good, eh? Our stomach has two things: proteins, number two, and your acid. All right. So, guys, moving on. Okay, this is the killer, duodenum. This has a lot to memorize. Okay, guys, you see duodenum, duodenum, duodenum has three things beside it that helps it to digest food. Beside your duodenum, there are three things. There's your liver, there's your gallbladder, and there's your pancreas. Yes, you need to memorize all. All right, so your liver is here, your gallbladder is here, and your pancreas is here. Your pancreas looks like a piece of leaf. Your pancreas looks like a piece of leaf. All right, so these are your three things. Okay, you might say, sir, why duodenum need these three things? Because duodenum themselves, they don't produce anything. No acid, no enzyme, nothing. Because your duodenum have to rely on these three guys. So these three guys is to help your duodenum. Duodenum is just a tube. Duodenum is just a tube that things go through. They need three things beside to help it. All right, so before I move on, I have to talk about something called bile. All right, inside your duodenum, there is this green color liquid called bile. Okay, guys, have you vomit before? Have you vomit before? I'm sure you have, right? I'm sure you have, right? Yes, no shit. All right. When you vomit, do you have that bitter taste in your mouth? Do you have that bitter taste in your mouth? And your vomit looks yellow or greenish. Okay? The green color and the bitter taste is the bile. Okay, let me show you. This is the bile. In Mandarin, it's called 胆汁. 胆汁. This is your bile. There. It looks green, right? It looks green. There. This is your bile. It looks green. When you vomit, this is the color. I mean, it's lighter lah. It's not green, but it's yellow. Because of the bile. Okay. Oh yeah, one more thing. When you vomit, right? You also vomit the acid also. You also vomit the acid. That's why your throat hurts. You see, when you vomit, okay, the bitter taste in your mouth is because of the bile. The feeling that hurts in your throat is the acid. Similar feeling with you eating pineapple. When you eat pineapple, your tongue hurts, right? Your throat hurts, right? Because of the acid. So same thing here. You vomit the acid, and you vomit the bile. All right. You might say, sir, why do we need the bile for? Why do we need the bile for? Okay, please highlight this. Your bile is to emulsify fat into small droplets. Emulsify fat into small droplets. Okay, what does it mean, guys? What does it mean? All right, you see, when you eat fried chicken, let's say you eat fried chicken, fried chicken has a lot of oil, right? Fried chicken has a lot of oil, right? You see, oil is a one big drop one. Oil is a one big drop one. Okay, who digests fat? Which number digests fat? Do you remember? We have a fat lipase, right? Fat lipase. Okay, so lipase will come digest this guy, right? But you see, is it easy for lipase? Is it, if this thing is one big drop, is it easy for lipase? No, right? Because it's one big drop. All right, so this bile will chop this oil into many, many small drops. Now lipase is easy. Can you understand? Now lipase is easy. It's like you chewing your food. Okay, we go back to number one. If you don't chew your food, can Amy work? Can number one work? I mean, they can lah, but it's very hard. Do you swallow your food straight? No, you don't, because you chew it, right? So that your number one can work. Same thing here. Your bowel will chop your fat into small pieces so that later lipase can work. So that number 3 can work. So if you guys, if you don't have your bowel, you can still digest fat, but it's very difficult. So your shit will be very oily. Because you cannot digest all fat, what? You cannot digest all oil, what? So your shit will be very oily. You get what I mean? You get what I mean? It will be very oily. So that's your bowel. Okay, so who produce your bowel? Your liver will produce your bowel, but your gallbladder will store your bowel. This is called pundi hempedu, by the way, if you're taking in BM. Funny enough, liver is called hati. So hati menghasilkan hempedu, this is called hempedu. Hati menghasilkan hempedu, tetapi pundi hempedu yang menyimpan hempedu. Okay, so your liver will produce the bile, and your gallbladder will store the bile. This one in Mandarin is called tan. It's called tan, right? 当你很大胆哦, we say that you're very 大胆, right? That means you very brave. That's what Chinese medicine they believe in. They believe that this thing will determine how brave you are. So now we know it's bullshit, right? Now we know it's bullshit, right? Because how brave you are, it doesn't depend on this. Okay, guys, if you're very 大胆, right? If your gallbladder is very big, it means you eat a lot of fatty food. You eat a lot of fatty food because you need a lot of bile, so your bile enlarged, your gallbladder enlarged, which is not a good thing. Right? It's not a good thing. Poetic explanation, thank you. Okay, so guys, understand? Understand? So you see how these two, they help. Your liver will produce the bile and your gallbladder will store the bile. Okay, and let's talk about the third guy, which is our pancreas. Your pancreas is very important. You see a piece of leaf here. Okay, it's covered by the stomach. Okay, there's a piece of leaf here. Okay, this, your pancreas, they will produce something called pancreatic juice. What is inside your pancreatic juice? Your pancreatic juice has what? Has 1 and 2 and 3. You see how busy your duodenum is? Just now, your mouth has Amy, number 1. Your stomach has protease, number 2. Your duodenum has all. 1, 2, 3. All. They digest all. Very busy. Okay, very busy. So what does amylase digest? Same as just now. They digest starch into maltose. Starch into maltose. Sir? Have I seen this before? Where did this happen just now? Where did this happen just now? Starch into maltose. Have we seen this before? Guys, where was this? Where was this? Yes, in your mouth. So the same thing happens here. Just in case you didn't chew your food, you didn't chew your rice enough, your amylase will help here. We'll do it again. Your duodenum here will do it again. Okay, and then just now, my protease, change my protein into polypeptide, right? Small protein, right? Now it happens again, but in a more advanced way. So now my protease digests my polypeptide into dipeptide. Sir, what is this again? Just now, this is small protein, right? This is smaller protein. Yep, even smaller. Smaller protein. Haven't done yet, because later we have smallest protein. Later. Okay, so this is not done yet. This is not done yet. Maltose is not done yet. Dipeptide is not done yet. Okay, lipase, they will digest fat into fatty acid and glycerol. I see, when you digest fat, you get two things. Very funny one, I don't know why. When you digest food, when you digest fat, you get two things. You get fatty acid and glycerol. And guys, listen, this is ready for absorption. Fat now is ready for absorption. We can absorb fatty acid and glycerol because they are already the smallest. So you see, fat is very easy to digest, right? Fat is one step. Fat is one step. One step, you can absorb. Fat very easy. Fat very easy. But these two not done yet. Your maltose and dipeptide are not done yet. Okay, not done yet. Later we need to do it some more. Okay, cool. And then we move on to our small intestine. And now the remaining 1 and 2 are, okay, you might say, sir, what the hell is maltase? if you say, sir, I don't want to memorize maltase, this is the type of amylase also. I see. Amy is number 1, protein is number 2. Why do we have 1 and 2 in small intestine? Because these two haven't done what? These two haven't done what? Still need to digest what? So what do I do? Amylase will change maltose into glucose. Now it's done. Now it's done. And then again, your protease will change your dipeptide, your smaller protein just now, into amino acid. This is the smallest protein. Have you heard of this before? Have you heard of amino acid? You use this thing to build muscle. You use this thing to build your body. Your skin, your hair, everything is from amino acid. Smallest. Now these 4 is ready to absorb. So in your small intestine, digestion is done. Digestion is done. Absorption is done. Where to still eat lah? Eat protein lah. Eat egg got already. Eat your eggs got already. Eat meat got already. Okay, so this is the simplest. You see, fat is 1 step. So just now, maltose, glucose is the simplest. Amino acid is the simplest. Guys, you can only absorb these 4. You can only absorb these 4. Your body cannot absorb polypeptide, cannot absorb dipeptide, cannot absorb starch, cannot absorb maltose, nothing. You can only absorb these 4 because they are the simplest. They are the smallest. Anything bigger, you cannot absorb. Anything bigger than these 4, you cannot absorb because they are too big. Okay? Okay? Cool? Understand? Okay, please don't. Okay? Understand, I'm sorry you have to memorize already. But guys, I make your job so much easier because I use number. Hey, last time, my teacher don't use all this number one. She just say, she just follow and read. T, okay, amylase, starch maltose, okay, she just read this thing like a textbook and I'm supposed to memorize. You see how ridiculous that is? You see how ridiculous? So now I made it simple for you. So in your mouth, okay, let me summarize everything. In your mouth is 1, stomach is 2, duodenum is 1, 2, 3, small intestine is 1, 2. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. All right. Not so hard now, right? Not so hard now, right? I mean, if you read it yourself, this is pretty horrible. Pretty horrible. But now after I explain it to you, yeah, it's okay. Hopefully. Hopefully. Okay, so now, guys, after your small intestine, right? Can I move on? Guys, are you okay so far? Are you okay so far? 3 of you. Nathan, Kawin, are you guys okay? Okay, okay, I mean, guys, don't worry. Don't worry. Next week, I'll stay here for 1 more week because we'll do exercise. We'll do all the exercise. The best way for you to drill it into your brain is to do exercise. Okay, I don't want you to just die memorize. Yeah, sure, you can memorize it now, but you'll forget it for sure. So we just chill first. Okay, later we'll do exercise. Okay, now, at the end of the small intestine, there's nothing left now, right? What you are left with is watery shit. You are left with watery shit because after all the digestion, there's nothing left. You have all the watery shit remaining. But is your shit watery? Is your shit watery? Your shit should be dry every day, right? So what happens to the water? That's the job of large intestine. Your large intestine's job is to absorb water. Or should I say reabsorb water? They will reabsorb all the water. Okay, so your large intestine only has 1 job, is to dry your shit up. Literally, to dry your shit up. So now I absorb all the water. You're left with the dry shit. Now I store it in your rectum. And you cannot say shit in exam. There's a scientific word for it. We call it feces. Yes, feces. Guys, I don't accept shit or dung or poop or crap or poo-poo, whatever funny words you want to use here, it's unacceptable. I only accept feces. Right? Please be professional. How would you feel if your doctor says poo-poo? All right? So please be professional. Please say feces. Okay? Please be scientific. All right? So anyway, and of course, everything exits through your anus. You know what's the anus lah? So everything will exit through here. That's your butthole. All right? So that concludes our digestion. Okay? So far, so good. So the hard one is here. Duodenum is the hard one. That's a lot of things to memorize here. Okay, so by the way, just to make your life easier, guys, just to make your life easier, I already summarized everything here. Wow, you see? Okay, you see here, carbohydrate. Okay, you change this to starch. I digest starch into maltose, maltose into glucose. So 2 steps. To digest starch, you need 2 steps. To digest fat, 1 step. When I digest my fat, I will turn it into fatty acid and glycerol, 1 step. But when I digest protein, protein is 3 steps. From protein to polypeptide, polypeptide to dipeptide, dipeptide to amino acid. So protein, small protein, smaller protein, smallest protein. Okay, small, smaller, smallest. I see. I summarized everything up for you already. So guys, which is the harder to digest? Which is the hardest to digest? Protein, right? Protein, right? That's why protein very 耐饱. Very 耐饱. Stay full for very long. Guys, if you eat a meal full of protein, you'll be super freaking full. Right? Right? I mean, have you guys gone to buffet before? Have you guys gone for buffet? You pay like what, $70 or $40 or $60 per person, right? And then you know what does your mom tell you? What does your mom tell you? Don't eat rice. Don't eat rice. Don't eat bread. Eat a lot of meat. Eat more meat because meat is expensive, so eat more meat, lor. So if you eat meat fully, and make yourself full, oh my God, even after 5 hours, you don't get hungry, right? If you eat meat, fully meat, okay, let me ask you, if you eat chicken breast, like 3 pieces of chicken breast, from not full all the way until full, I don't think you can finish, right? Okay, I don't think you can finish, right? You'll be so full that you feel like vomiting because 5 hours later, your body is still digesting this thing. Okay, your body is like, oh my God, what the fuck, bro? Why are you giving me so much protein? Okay, last is what did you do? Okay, so that's why protein is very hard to digest. Protein is very hard to digest. What's KFI? Okay, FC. Okay. So very hard to digest, lor. Yeah. Okay, so guys, summarize everything for you already. What happens in your mouth? You see, alkaline. There's only in your stomach is acidic. Well, if you want to call it that, right? So everything is alkaline. So you see, mouth is you have your salivary amylase digest starch to maltose. Esophagus, nothing happens here. Stomach, proteins will change protein to polypeptide. Okay, you can ignore this peptone. And then you have your hydrochloric acid here. Okay, and in your duodenum, you have bile. You have your pancreatic juice, you have amylase, protease, lipase, 3 things there. Okay, this is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Right, so your amylase again will change starch to maltose, same as your mouth. Protease will change small protein into smaller protein. Lipase will change fat into fatty acid and glycerol. Okay, this is done. Okay, and then next in your small intestine, you have your amylase. Okay, maltase amylase will change your maltose into glucose. Protease will change your smaller protein into smallest protein. Everything is summarized here. All right, so you want to cheat or you bring this to exam. Okay, if you have a way lah. Okay, you bring it to exam. Just saying lah, don't do that lah. Okay, so this is everything. This is your cheat sheet. Before your exam, you memorize this part. Everything is here. Okay, so guys, before end our class, let's do some exercise, shall we? Let's do some exercise. I can't finish all of this, but you do it at home lah. You do it at home. All right, so let's go to our question 10. This is page 18. Okay, page 18. Let's go to question 10. So A, what is physical digestion? You already know this law. Physical digestion is when you break food down using your teeth. Okay, teeth or mouth. Breaking down of food using teeth. And what about chemical digestion? What do you use here? What do you use here? You use your enzyme. Enzyme. Not acid, just enzyme. Acid is just to help. Acid is just to help. Okay, my point is enzyme. Hey guys, just to tell you a fun fact, you have enzyme in your washing powder, your 洗衣粉. Your washing powder used to wash your clothes, there's enzyme inside. You might say, sir, why got enzyme inside one? Because you see, if you have oil stain on your clothes, what digests oil? What digests oil? What is the enzyme to digest oil? You have fat. How do I memorize that? Fat, lipas, right? So you have lipase to digest your oil stain. Okay. Can you yeah, can. You can soak a fatty in it. Okay. So C, let's look at C. Okay, where do we start? We start with F. Okay, what is here? What is this? What is this? This is your mouth, mulut. Okay, next, going down. Going down. What is your A here? This is your esophagus. Okay, esophagus here. Next, going down to your G. What is here? What is your G? G is your stomach. Perut. Stomach. Moving on to this tube here. This is the beginning, the most busy part, the beginning of your small intestine. This is your duodenum. Okay, your duodenum. And your duodenum is held by 3 organs. This guy is your liver, hati. You see, why is it called hati in BM, right? I have no idea. You see, sakit hati is 心痛 ma. Why is it 肝痛 leh? I don't know. BM is a weird language. So this is your liver, and then this guy here is your gallbladder. Pundi hempedu, if you will. This sounds like a swear word. Yeah, pundi sounds like a swear word. Sounds like pundi. Right. Anyway, so what about H? What about this leaf here? Wait, you don't keep learning all this useless stuff, can ah? Okay, so what is H? What is this piece of leaf here? This is called your pancreas. Okay, you know how I memorize this, guys? You know how I memorize this? This looks like a pancake. Don't they? They look like a pancake. So pancreas, law, pancake, pancreas. Looks the same to me, right? So pancake, law. And of course, what is I? What is I? I is your small intestine. Usus kecil. This is your usus kecil. And what is your J? J is your large intestine. Usus besar. And then your K, this is where you store your shit, is your rectum. And then E, this is your anus. That's your butthole. Okay, easy? Easy? Easy peasy, Should be easy peasy lah. Okay, should be easy peasy. Okay, so this is all these are all the parts you need, all the parts you need to memorize. Okay, next. Choose any four organs and list down their function. Okay, let's choose the easy one, shall we? Okay, let's choose esophagus. Esophagus. What is happening in the esophagus? What is this? What is this? What is this? Melt down. Melt your head. Okay. So what is this called? The peristalsis. Remember that word, peristalsis, Okay, peristalsis. Right. What about number two? What about number two? Let's talk about liver. Liver. Okay, liver, they will produce bile. Okay, produce bile. Hasilkan empedu. Okay, produce bile. And which brings me to my gallbladder. This thing will store bile. Simpankan empedu. I'm going for the easy one, guys. I'm going for the easy one, like rectum. This is to store feces. I'm keeping it simple. I'm keeping it simple. You don't try to cari pasal and write duodenum here. Wow, you good luck writing that. Your duodenum is to digest you receive pancreatic juice lah, amylase, protease, and lipase lah, digest starch to maltose lah, digest polypeptide to dipeptide lah, digest fat to fatty acid and glycerol lah. Wow, you want to do that? I mean, you want to show off, okay lah. I have some students like that one. They don't want to write simple answers. They say, sir, this is too easy. It doesn't show my intelligence. Then go ahead. Right? You want to cari pasal, right? Go ahead. Okay. I'm trying to give you the easy way. You don't try to cari pasal. Okay. So state the alimentary canal pathway. Okay, what is alimentary canal? Alimentary canal is your digestive tract lah. Okay, your whole pathway. So where do we start with? Where do we start with? Come on, let's finish this, guys. And we can call it a day. What is the, where do we start with? What? What now? What do we start with? What do we start with? Your food starts in your mouth. Okay, followed by your esophagus. Right, followed by your stomach, duodenum, small intestine. No, the organ. And then your large intestine, rectum, anus. Okay, guys, there's nothing beside. I mean, you might say, sir, where's the liver and the gallbladder and the pancreas left? The one is beside your duodenum. All right, food doesn't pass through them. Again, food doesn't pass through them. Food doesn't pass through your liver. Food doesn't pass through your pancreas. Food doesn't pass through your duodenum. Sorry, your gallbladder. Only your duodenum. Only this tube here. The tree guy is to help the tube. Okay, okay, let's finish this. What is peristalsis? Okay, you know what is peristalsis, right? But how to explain it? Okay, peristalsis is the contraction and relaxation to push food. Okay, pengecutan dan pengendoran untuk menolak makanan. Okay, contract and relax. You see, I contract, I relax. I contract and relax to push food. Okay, you do the same thing when you are shitting though. You know that? You know that? When you're pushing your shit out using your rectum, that is peristalsis also. You do peristalsis all the way because food, they cannot move themselves. You have to push them along. So that is a peristalsis. Okay, so guys, I have something for you to do. I have something for you to do. Please at least finish question 10. at least finish question 10. And if you feel like you're up to the challenge, because next week I'm going to discuss this, if you feel like you are up to the challenge, you want to challenge yourself, finish question 11, 12, and 13 also. There's a lot of questions to do. But the more, guys, like I said, the more you do, the more you memorize. So question 10 to 13, if you want to try. Okay, question 10 to question 13. 4 questions here. 10, 11, 12, 13. So 4 questions here. Oh, I haven't finished copy. Okay, sure. Okay, go and try yourself. Go and try yourself. Better yet, try not to refer to the notes while you do. Don't refer the notes while you do. Okay, read first, then you do. If you have the time lah. Because next week if I just give you the answer, it's pointless anyway. Alright, if you copy my answer, try to challenge yourself. Okay, so guys, any question? Any question? No, you guys good, You guys good, If you need to watch this video again, guys, if you need to watch this video again, come and request from me. Come and request from me. Okay, I'll give you away for free lah. Just come and request, I'll send it to you. No problem. You can watch it a few more times. I don't mind. All right. So that's it for today. That's it for today. Have a good weekend, guys. I will see you next Saturday. All right. So have a good weekend, Have a good one. I will see you soon. Take care. See you. Bye bye.